Dylan, we are here on a Friday night recording an episode of Small Talk, and a lot has happened between last week and this week, and we definitely got to talk about it.
Yeah, so it's sad slash exciting slash mainly sad. But yeah, there's a lot of change coming. The good thing is obviously the network is big here. So like you said, the next man up. We got that mentality, the same as any sort of sports team, so that feels good.
Mhm.
But at the same time, our boy Damien, good old Damien, is taking a step back for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think he's going to come back better than ever when he does.
Yeah.
In that sense, but yeah, we're ready to roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important. I did want to touch base on that, and let's go back in time, Dylan. Back to summer 2019. You were one of our uh, biggest listeners at the time, and Damien was a really good friend of the show, and we had an idea. Like we felt that you know we weren't able to touch on as many smaller figures as we would have liked, and we would always get emails like, "Hey, you guys didn't talk about this Marvel Legends thing or this Mezco thing," and that's one because we didn't really collect those, but two, um, they weren't really in our alley, and obviously you're a big fan of a lot of those companies, and we kind of had this idea for a show, and it took many different forms until we finally had it ready to go. And I got to give a lot of props to both of you guys because when Dean and I made Collecting Weekly and then also OFAC, Dean and I had been really good friends for a while, and so we had that to go from. And then Pete and Ian had been friends for a really long time, and Steve as well. And it was a natural next step from being really good friends to having a show. But with you and Damien, you guys really didn't know each other at all. And so we kind of forced you guys to work together. And I mean, both of you guys were very passionate about the idea. But the actual execution, I think for the first few episodes, it was kind of like one, you guys getting to know each other because again, you were pretty much total strangers, and then two, learning to host a show and all the things that went with it. I remember the first episode was just awful. We really threw you guys into the fire, and I think I was a little rude to Damien on that first episode. So I was getting pissed because he kept interrupting me. The second
What
episode,
was that the giveaway episode? That wasn't, was it?
I think it was, and he kept interrupting. I was like, dude, let me finish my point. God damn it. And but episode 2, I remember we were recording like at 2 in the morning, and Damien's creepy clock kept going off, and that was fun. But I mean, since then, I think you guys are really, really good friends. You've grown together, I think, as hosts, as friends, as individuals. And I don't think enough can be said about what Damien has done for the network from I think he started kind of hanging around us around March of 2019 until obviously October of 2020. So he is taking a step back. I think he said he's feeling a little burned out by a couple things, and he has some stuff in his personal life he wants to get situated. But we're really proud of him. He's done a great job with this show, and if he comes back, that's great. We'd love to have him. If he decides to go a different direction, that's we were fortunate enough to have had him on the team for as long as we had. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly, just because he's been a great asset for the network. And I think Small Talk is a far better show for having him on it as a host than it would be if we picked almost anyone else. So enough about the sentimental stuff.
Yeah. Real quick, I am not an emotional person, but yeah, that makes me feel just kind of what you went over there, Damien. I would say
What's up, gamers?
What up, Dean? So I don't know, you guys. I'm sure you guys have friends where you could
No.
not
No,
talk.
I don't.
Shut up for a second. You guys have friends where, like, you guys can go months, weeks without talking, and when you get together, it's without skipping a beat.
Yeah,
You
dude.
guys, like, you still got your inside jokes, everything like that. That's what it's like with Damien and I. Like, it wasn't a forced relationship. Like, you talk about us being forced to work with each other, but it essentially was. It was more like, would you be down to maybe work with Damien? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like, I just want to talk about toys, man. And so, like, we called each other up, and I think we had like a 2-hour conversation right off the get go. And it's almost like to the point to where now Damien and I don't talk to, like, even at times, if we don't talk until the night before our show, it's still like not like without skipping a beat. We have our conversations just about personal lives and everything like that. We've had not so fun conversations, and then we've had obviously great conversations, and just it was never forced is what I'm getting at. It's one of those relationships we've been able to pick up from the get-go, even with minimal conversations. And he's a great guy to get along with, to know, to talk to, and I'll always feel blessed to have known him. Even like you said, even if he doesn't ever return to the show, just the fact that I was able to have that relationship with him and build that, and from now on I've gained a person in my life that I wouldn't have otherwise, goes a long ways. So,
dude, I was not prepared to jump into such a sweet, fucking beautiful moment and conversation. That's I know that sounds funny, but I'm not kidding. Like, it's such a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Damien. I hope he's not done totally. But yeah, sometimes you just feel burnt out and you want to take a break. So
that's we respect all that he's done for the network, and he's certainly earned that right. Let's get into a little bit of news. So this small talk is going to be way different than most other small talks that we do, namely because we weren't supposed to record this week. Damien had some family stuff happen. Dylan obviously, Damien stepping back, and then Dylan had some family stuff happen. So we're kind of throwing this together last minute. So bear with us if this is a little jankier of a product. But Dean the Dream, we are starting with the final photos of the McFarlane Kickstarter.
I haven't even seen these. Holy shit, that looks good.
I haven't either. That's my first time.
Man.
That is intense.
Now these photos might not be the best because they're screenshots of the video. Yeah. So keep that in mind.
Dude, now I'm pissed I didn't get Modern Spawn.
So this is the Modern Spawn here?
Yeah. Classic Spawn has the red under the white.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Whoa.
In the solicitation, it said that Modern Spawn came with the unmasked head. So I was like, oh no, I want the mask head, and Classic Spawn is just, it's so, it is classic. So that's the one I ended up getting, but fuck, that looks so good.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
Crispy, dude.
That does. So Dean, if you don't mind, how much was the tier that you paid for?
It should have just been, I think that was $70 or something, $59.99, and then shipping or something.
That's legit.
I just got one because you could buy one, both, all three, or then there's like another special one that's signed. I just got one, and you could pick which one it is.
Yeah.
So I went with Classic Spawn.
Okay, I don't mean to make the conversation so deep from the get-go, or I guess
we're here for.
Worth talking about. But Dean, you said you wanted to support. You essentially supported this Kickstarter because you knew you wanted it and you didn't want to pay the aftermarket. So what changes between that and the Hasbro Mandalorian ship? What is it called? The crest?
Razor Crest.
Okay,
Razor Crest.
Off the bat, McFarlane is not a $1 billion company.
Okay, good point. Keep going.
2, it's like $60 up front instead of $350. 3, it was a matter of like a 3 month difference between buying it and getting it, or 4 months. as opposed to a whole year. Essentially, it's the same fucking problem. But like I said, Todd McFarlane is one single guy, really. I mean, his company is big, but literally every Kickstarter update, he's in the camera, like, look what we've done.
Mhm.
He's getting the product in front of him, sent from him from the factory, and he's okaying it himself. Not fucking 400 employees at Hasbro that have already made the thing and now they're just holding it for ransom. This figure didn't exist until we paid for it. The Razor Crest already exists. They just haven't cast it, I guess, with the machines. But you have to pay them to do it, which is, it's a little different, but not much. I still was not happy I had to do it.
Mhm.
But I could, live with spending $60 up front instead of, 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good fair points across.
I'm
the
still
board.
pissed off I had to do it. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
I would say maybe one other constellation in favor, and I fucking hate. Dean is able to accept this, but I fucking can't accept it. But maybe one consolation is the fact that at least they had released spawns prior, so it's like you can own it, like a spawn from this company, even if that doesn't go through. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's in the same scale. It has probably a similar degree of paintwork articulation. For example, Unicron in that scale, there's never been one.
Right.
Razor Crest at that scale, there's never been one. So missing out, like they force you. Like if this didn't go through, I think a lot of people would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
But you still have the Mortal Kombat, the 2 versions to fall back on. Right?
Yeah. And like I said, when he showed this product, it was a statue version of the original McFarlane Spawn figure.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, if y'all want this, I'm gonna do a Kickstarter. And as it made more money, he was like, hey, we could do more articulation. And then I was like, oh, we hit that goal, we can do another version. Oh, we hit that goal, here's the 3rd version. Oh, we hit that goal, here's a 4th solicitation. And then he kept adding stuff. But it went from not even a prototype. It was just a statue figure he made,
an idea.
And as he made the money from people who were backing it, he was creating the products. It literally went from nothing to something, instead of, hey, we've already put in all the R&D into this fucking thing, so we're gonna hold it ransom until you pay us for it. That's my biggest complaint, or I guess not complaint, but my biggest reason for backing this figure. Again, I still hate it, but it's a figure I know I want, and I'd rather pay retail as opposed to the Razor Crest. I really fucking want it, but I mean, I'm not even gonna pay the $350, so I'm definitely not playing aftermarket.
Quinn says, but Todd is a millionaire, though he is really hands-on. Mark says, making great points. Hasbro product is a year out. They want your money and haven't even shown us a finished model.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Todd McFarlane is a millionaire, but again, he's basically one guy with a handful of employees.
Yeah, like Mark Pearson's point is essentially goes against what you're saying, Dean, where you're saying the Razor Crest was already made, which it definitely hasn't been, but you and I would say agree on they're going to make it regardless, whether it's going to be this release or a standard release. And I still think they're going to make a standard release, which maybe would make the Kickstarter a little better in the sense to where people doing the Kickstarter are going to get exclusives, but at the same time, I understand about the whole upfront part.
Yeah.
Not even having that release before the Kickstarter. I get all that. I think they're just gonna slowly come out with things that'll make it a little easier with the Razor Crest, but at the same time, I 100% agree with your points. They're all good points.
Yeah, and Hasbro probably has more employees in the Star Wars department, Star Wars vehicle department, than Todd McFarlane has employees. Does that make sense? I'll cut him a little more slack than $1 billion toy company who's basically on top of the toy market. I mean, what don't they make, right? They make G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Power Rangers. I mean, I'm sure I could keep going on if my brain worked properly. But I mean, they literally make everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just feels dirty to me that they make collectors pay for shit that they've already essentially made. Yeah, they don't have a painted model and it's still like a 3D render, but that means they could easily make that thing tomorrow. They just need the machines to print it out essentially, or
One thing also
stamp it out.
That I think this bothers me with both of
My little
these
pony, yeah.
ideas, but I mean, it seems like, you know, getting to 10,000, right, is, or whatever the number is, the criteria to make it, Dylan. And I don't know. I just feel kind of weird that, like, oh, you have to then get another 2,000 to get an escape pod, or another 3,000 more than that to get a fucking Baby Yoda,
Dude,
or
and those are
another like, I think the new goal was the carbonite blocks, and it's like that's an integral part of that playset, right?
Yeah.
To put that behind a even larger paywall.
An escape pod. I
Was
mean,
the first
Quinn said it too. It's lame. One, we never see him use an escape pod. Maybe we will, but that's a dumb fucking tier, right?
Okay, yeah. Like, go back a little bit, and like the point of your value of a pre-order going up, or like your value of an item ordering depends on who else orders it, right? That's really any Kickstarter in that sense. It's very annoying. The way they add that, only if, you know, let's say you already backed it from day one, you're depending on everyone else to still back it to get the extra stuff for your own good.
Yeah.
That's
super
annoying
fucking annoying.
in general for Kickstarters, and comes down to the point essentially that probably
I would have such a less of a problem with it if they didn't make you pay everything up front.
Exactly. And I think I mentioned that, I think on our last show, maybe it was After Dark, but
I believe
if they gave you like, okay, 45 days, whatever, 6 months or 2 months for the initial allotment of 10,000, or it doesn't get made, and then bill me every month 350 divided by 12. I have no problem.
I will tell you right now, if that was the case,
I'd be buying it.
I'd be backing it. Yep. I could afford $20-$30 a month. But $400 right this second? No. I got other shit I gotta do.
Yep.
It's just, it's fucking dumb.
Mark says they planned on putting all this stuff in, and it feels like they stripped it down to make it feel like you're getting something.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, like it's completely planned beforehand.
It's the thing with the sail barge. They were gonna make it anyway, but the fact that they didn't have enough fucking backers, and they just kept like extending the time, like, oh, we're gonna add 6 weeks to it.
Unicron,
it's like,
you're talking about.
Or Unicron, yeah.
Has sail barge was funded.
They just kept adding time. It's like they're obviously just gonna make it, and they're just giving you some arbitrary fucking timeline that is literally whatever they want it to be.
And it's the thing that bothers me the most, Dean, is we would have been none the wiser if they just said we hit goal at whatever.
That's true. 100% true.
We would have been none the wiser. It's like
we did it. Oh, okay, cool.
But don't tell me we didn't do it and say you're gonna give us another 2 months. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Dylan, did you get a chance to look at this bad boy here?
The stand?
Yeah, you like that, buddy?
Hell yes. I would put that over my stupid Agent K stand any day, because I remember when I unboxed it and that After Dark, and we were all laughing about how it just says what is it, like Blade Runner
Hunter?
Blade Hunter.
I'm like Blade Hunter 2040. No, it's 2046.
Yeah, that's what
I'm like, some motherfuckers copied everything else. You were scared
they just flip the 9 and the 6. Like,
that's some bullshit.
Kevin.
That's some bullshit.
Kevin, so that was my only complaint with that figure, but yeah.
let's get into. So today's gonna be heavy McFarlane. We'll blow through this one. The Princess Bride,
Dude,
is joining McFarlane Toys in
that is
2021.
fucking wild.
I
Huge.
love it.
Honestly, I'll buy them all right now. I didn't know these were being
Same.
made, and I didn't even know I needed them. Now I do.
Same.
That's amazing.
And
Even
then
if it's like the dumb characters in the movie, I would still get them.
yeah,
Rodents of unusual size, they don't exist. Like he gets attacked immediately.
they're also announcing that they're going to be stepping into the realm of the Avatar: The Last Airbender figures. These are
Again?
coming in
Oh no, that's
2021.
Diamond Select.
Now, I put up a review on the Katara, the Azula, and in the review I said this was the worst thing I bought this year. It was awful. Diamond Select just fucking. I own 3 of those figures from that line. All of them are bad.
Dude,
Really?
I am
honestly,
so excited for this, Dean. You have no idea.
I was gonna say for how great McFarlane has gotten over the last year, and they just keep adding to their fucking menu. And it's like, yes, I want to. Even if I don't watch Avatar or the Legend of Korra, because I feel like, you know what, I might end up watching it, but I feel like I'm gonna get obsessed.
Oh, you will be obsessed.
I'm excited to see how these turn out, or even the Princess Bride. I want to see how those turn out. I remember he announced those Harry Potter figures, and I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. Even if the figure was good, I wouldn't have bought a Harry Potter. But I was excited to see what those were going to look like. They turned out to be garbage, but everything after that has been really good. So that has me excited. Just in terms of getting to see what he's going to do with the figures, and for like people like you, like I'm excited for you. Like that's cool that you're going to get an actual great figure, because I feel like even if it's mediocre for McFarlane, it's still probably leaps and bounds better than Diamond Select.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead, Dylan.
So real quick, 2 things on it that's great, and you love to see. And like I'm always a big fan. Like I'm probably too much of a company apologizer in the sense to where like I always say and live and die by, I'd rather see it made than not made at all.
Uh-huh.
And with the fact that McFarlane is coming out with these, like, yes, there's been high-end 6-scale companies that have done like the Princess Bride figures, right?
But I'm so glad that they're doing them, because I can get it for $20.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like they fill in the void for us 1/6 scale or high-end collectors who are maybe still a fan of that, but at the same time wouldn't buy it otherwise. And same with like this thing, like you have on the screen, Zach. This is the
God
Devastator.
Can we open that up right now?
It's just huge.
I totally would. I want to so bad. The only reason I haven't is because I think I may do this as a giveaway at some point.
Fuck the giveaway, dude. Fuck.
And well, I might bring that for the awards. I was thinking about it.
I'll buy another one for the awards, dude. Fuck that.
But anyways, this is definitely one of the heaviest $20 figures I've ever held. It is so heavy.
$20.
Yes. You can see him on there. He's the Devastator. Second one. Yeah, that one. So one thing is the new, so they kind of had to relist him. Jason Nelson might be able to attest this watching here, but they post him with a colored tongue. And I know a lot of people have done like customs of him doing that. And if you notice here, that's really my only complaint is it's just gray here. Yeah. So I don't know if that's something they'll change when they re-release it.
You can send it to me and I'll paint it for you.
Even Jason says keep him and open him.
Yeah, dude, let's open it up, dude. Don't kill the bit. Don't kill
okay,
the bit.
He's going for a lot of money. But anyways, this is a really... my point is this is a really well-received figure, right?
Dude, I feel like 90% of the DC figures that he's released have been well received.
Exactly. So like that's my point is essentially these are figures that people wouldn't give a shit about otherwise. Like I had no 100%. Idea about this, but it was essentially the execution that sold this figure for everyone.
And he's churning these figures out fast, dude.
Dude, the cyborg looks really good too.
Because like on the Kickstarter, when I was getting Kickstarter updates from Spawn, he had an update for his version of Batman with all the guns and stuff. And like 2 weeks later, that shit was out. I was like, fuck me. Like, he's just fucking DC, 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 DC. And it's fucking cool for people who like DC because one, it's not just a, hey, this is a Justice League line. It's the multiverse. So he's making figures from all different kinds of shit. And they're all relatively, I don't want to say bangers because they're not bangers, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, so like with this guy specifically, I think Robo covered on it as well, is that he knew nothing about it. He from Foosh always covers these figures, and he like almost knows nothing about it. So like this figure had me looking up, you know, backstory of the comic, the like videos on the comic, and essentially like just real quick, this Devastator Batman essentially took Doomsday DNA, put it in himself just to shit on Spider-Man, pretty much. That was the whole point of it, the backstory about it, and obviously the multi-universe story. And like it's really intriguing, and otherwise like it's good for obviously like the comics too, in the sense to where like I wouldn't give a shit about that, but now I would think about maybe going forward with that.
It's
comic.
Actually nice that you mentioned that, Dylan, because that's exactly what I did with Nightwing. Yesterday, I watched like 3 hours worth of videos on Nightwing. And real quick, Eddie says McFarlane and NECA have been killing it. Mark says, other than some weird choices for releases, the figures have been great. And Jason says the Cyborg blast looks like a butt plug, so that's cool. Now, I talked about it after dark, but I did pick up the Nightwing. It was $25. It hurt my soul to pay that much, but my sweet, beautiful wife, Victoria, bought it for me. Wow. And I gotta say, pretty fucking good figure. I know nothing about the character, but it's a pretty fucking good figure.
Eddie, you work tonight? Sorry.
Yeah, Eddie, do you work tonight? But my God, dude, this figure is fucking fantastic. I will say, I wish she had a thigh swivel at the mid thigh, like the Marvel Legends do. But other than that, I mean, the paint is crisp. It's beautiful. The blue hue is nice. I will say, it comes with a little trading card in the box, and in the trading card, the batons have this little blue at the tip and also at the base that's missing from the figure. And I don't know if this drawing is like an artistic take on the batons, or if they should have some blue. But
I want to say the little cards that come with them are from covers of the comic books they're from, or
okay,
or like the property they're from is like a cover art. So usually comic book covers are like nicer than the pictures inside.
That's actually very true. So you know, other than the missing paint that may or may not be missing, I mean, I really like this. It's
Dylan looks like he's having fun.
I know. What's Dylan got going on here, Dylan?
All right, so you guys talked me into it. I took the Devastator out of the package.
So how come he looks like Apocalypse?
Okay, Doomsday. Because so in the comic, Batman is like, it's obviously like a multi-universe or multiverse comic, where he comes in, has like, for whatever reason, they don't find out why, but essentially Superman has turned on pretty much all Justice League, and it's only Batman left. They don't tell you that he killed all the other Justice League members, but it's just assumed that he did. And Batman at the time really only has one other choice, and it's essentially take the Doomsday DNA, put it with himself, and creates what they call like the Devastator, which is
does he have an articulated jaw?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
what? That's amazing.
Because you said he had a great tongue. I was like, it looks like his jaw's closed. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's a really small detail that like you don't need, but they fucking gave it to you. Like, that's so cool.
Oh, for sure. The ears are like the big thing that kind of separate this from being like a Doomsday. That I would say that's really the only big difference. And the symbol, they say the symbol is a big deal, but I don't know much about it. But yeah, so he blends his DNA with Doomsday DNA essentially, and just kicks. I think he kicks Superman's ass and Superwoman's. And he just pretty much shits on him in the comic, and it's for the sole reason of pretty much
after he beats Superman, he just stays like that.
Yeah, I didn't fully understand the explanation in the video I watched, but essentially after it was done, I don't know if he changed back. I know it really had to do with the multiverse, so I don't know if he like went back to his normal universe or what. But so far, this I would say just initial thoughts of this figure is the nice thing is I was intimidated by all the spiky things. I was really worried about them being too hard, but they're all rubberized, like on the hands and stuff. They're bendy and stuff. You wouldn't think
Dude, that's
that.
fucking huge.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. So, and I think Damien and I talked about it. Is the bad thing is this is a little under scale compared to his other items.
Yeah, that's the one thing with the line is that their scale is very inconsistent.
Yeah, with the because
Well,
I have
7-inch.
because I have
no, not even that. But like, if you take this figure came in a wave with Barbara Gordon Batgirl, and then the Batman Who Laughs character, and this figure is taller than all of them, but they're all roughly about the same size. So within this, I'm not talking about the 7-inch scale to 6-inch scale, but I'm talking about the characters themselves within the line. If you line them all up, there's no scale between the characters.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're all 7-inch scale, and that's why they don't give like a 6 scale or 12 scales like limit to it, because they all just say no matter what, this guy is 7 inches.
Yeah, but supposedly they're going to improve that going forward.
Hopefully. Now the nice thing about this is this guy will actually scale well with like Mezco and actual 112 scale figures.
Yeah.
So like he'll go well with them.
Because I have the Doom Slayer from Doom, and he released, I forget his name, but the bad guy from the Doom game. And in the game, he's like 1.5 times the size of Doom guy, who's fucking huge, by the way. But the figure is like the same size as Doomslayer, and so I didn't even bother buying it because I was like, this guy's supposed to be fucking gigantic. Like, this figure sucks. So I'm with Zach. It's kind of frustrating, but I mean,
I will say this though, McFarlane, in my opinion, definitely a front runner for most improved company this year by far.
Dude, 100%.
Dude, I'm thinking most improved company ever. He went from making no articulation to fucking jaw articulation. Dude, he's fucking coming out swinging, dude.
I agree.
Yeah. Now, Dylan, not the last time we talked to you, but the time before that, we had touched base on these figures, the Spartan collection by Wicked Cool Toys. And now that Dean has experienced them, I've experienced them. And
I have too.
Oh, okay. So what are your thoughts on this line?
I thought the paint was better than what you made it out to be, but I've learned not to really trust you on paint.
He is very picky.
Yeah, it's never good enough for you. No. I was impressed for a $20 figure.
Yeah.
The paint, I have never seen chrome paint like that on Master Chief's visor on either one. So I have 3 of them. I have Master Chief. Is it the Mark 7 is the white one, I think?
Yes.
And then I have the red one, and I can't remember what that one is.
I think it's a Mark 6. One thing that's kind of interesting, guys, is the cat, which is the blue Spartan on the right. I was talking to one guy on Instagram who's a toy photographer, and the cat figure, everyone was really upset because the other Spartans have that vacuum form chrome. Was that hers is just a painted silver, like a gunmetal silver, but you can take a Q-tip, or not a Q-tip, sorry, a toothpick, and rub the silver paint off, and underneath is the silver vacuum chrome.
Interesting.
Weird.
No one knows why they did that.
That's a weird choice.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I was talking to him, I was like, dude, that chrome is sick. Like, what
does her helmet look like the white guy's helmet?
No, it's different.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude, they probably just saved the fucking sculpt and mold.
Yeah.
And then decided like, let's make it different with the visor and painted it.
Yeah, it's totally different because she's a Mark 3 Spartan, I think, wearing Mjolnir Mark 4, I want to say. I don't know. The Mjolnir stuff is kind of hard, but I'm excited. I have Cat Noble 2. I have the Noble 2 coming in on Monday from Eric, one of our listeners. He was nice enough to pick one up for me. And then I have I have her on pre-order at GameStop still, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I also have the white Spartan on pre-order.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that this line is really good. I think that Master Chief is an early front runner for best. Won 12th scale and also best under 30 for collecting weekly awards. And I guess we'll see what happens. But I repainted mine and I fucking love it. I think you guys are both right. I'm very picky about paint. But that's just who I am. I can't.
Yeah, dude. I want this line to do so well that we get the entire Noble team.
Dude, me too.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Emil, I love Emil.
Yes.
And then what's
Carter?
What's
George?
the big guy's name? George, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I still get misty eyed because my sister just rebuilt her PC, and she bought the Master Chief collection, and her and her friends are playing it chronologically, and she got to Reach, and she got to the scene where with George.
Reach is in that? Because it's not in the Master Chief collection of like Xbox and PS5.
On Xbox, it's a $9 upgrade.
Oh,
I think on Steam it's differently for PC.
Okay, I might have to do that.
She got to the scene with George in the ship with the nuke, and I was like, if this scene doesn't upset you, like you're heartless.
So what is your? So I guess that's the saddest moment for you in Reach when George dies.
I think so because immediately it's like, oh, that was literally for nothing,
or just the end in general.
Because they
two.
set off a nuke, right, to blow up this alien ship because they don't know who the fuck these aliens are, right? This is like right when the shit hits the fan.
Well, Oni knows who it is, but they don't. They're not telling them.
Right. And so George sacrifices himself and nukes the ship. And before the bits fall into Earth's atmosphere, fucking like 100 more ships come out of hyperspace. And it's just like, yeah, he literally did that for nothing.
Yeah.
It was the definition of in vain. Like if you look it up in the dictionary, it's a picture of George.
I think Cat's death is probably the one that hit me in the feels because it's out of fucking nowhere. The Covenant starts glassing the planet and they get that fucking radiation blast. It knocks everyone's shields out and she steps out of the elevator and just dude, I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's
a rough game, dude. I mean,
I would say that
the Noble 6 when at the end, the last mission.
Yeah, you just keep killing Covenant until you die.
Was it McFarlane who did that group of people? Because I had the 6-inch Emil, and that was such a good figure, actually. Like he had a couple loose joints, but it was so good, and I still have him at home. I think
so.
I need to grab him.
McFarlane did Halo figures from Halo 2 and forward, but they were like 4-inch scale.
Yeah.
But PlayArts Kai made Halo figures, but they are like 10-inch scale, and they're fucking expensive.
But then McFarlane did the Halo 5 also, and those were awful. I remember when I bought Halo 5.
Everything about Halo 5 was awful.
When you pre-ordered it at Target, they gave you a free. I think it was
Lock.
No. It's the green one that's on Master Chief's team, Fred. They gave you the Fred figure, and I remember I got home, I opened it up, it broke immediately out of the box. I took it back to Target, got a new one in the parking lot. I opened it up, broke again, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going back inside."
I think I want to say I bought. I think I still have it. I bought Buck, which is
fantastic.
Yeah, he's what's his name from Firefly?
The main character.
Edward
Norton, I think.
No, Edward Norton.
James Fillion. It's not.
Fillion. Nathan Fillion.
Edward Norton.
Nathan.
And I think I kept him in the box because he has 2 right hands or something. But it sucks because I really wanted that figure, and it's the only one I could find. He's fucked up.
Those types of things can actually like make the value go up. You want to know what's super dumb right now with GI Joes? So Destro. Oh, by the way, I wanted to point this out. This guy's tongue is articulated.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is amazing. The more I play with this, the more fun I have. So Destro from the G.I. Joe line, he has a mark on the top of his head that's either like it's like a circular mark. And, he's the one with like the silver mask or face or whatever. and it's either like a circular mark or it's like a triangular mark, I think. And they're going for completely two different prices because of it. Just because of the mark on his head.
Yeah.
And I know that like people that like get wrong things, it goes all the way down back to like Pokemon cards where they have like mistypes or something like that. They go for more. So that might even be
Yeah, because I really like Buck because he's in Halo Reach as well, and he's in Halo
and Destiny.
Well, yeah, he's Cade 6. He's
Right.
No, he's in Halo Reach, and then he's in ODST. So he's like a reoccurring character, and so by the time you see him in Halo 5, he's like a full-on Spartan.
Mm-hmm.
And what are they? Spartan 6s?
Fucking stupid is what they are.
Yeah,
I
because
fucking hate that shit.
because Master Chief compared to even them is still like fucking.
Well, Master Chief's a Spartan too.
Yeah, he's huge. Isn't he a Spartan 1? I thought he was the first.
There's no such thing as Spartan 1.
Oh, well, okay, the first
Yeah, because
generation.
I think it was the
Spartan.
Apollo mission was
Okay.
like, or the Apollo program was Spartan 1.
Yeah, because
it
even
fucking failed, and so they did Spartan 2, but they named it 2 to respect the people that died from the first attempt.
now his squad in Halo 4, or no, Halo 5.
Yeah.
Are they
Fred,
Spartan
Linda.
2s as well, or are they Spartan?
Yeah, they're
3s?
from his batch.
Okay, because I remember
Because if you watch
they're
the
huge.
the Fall of Reach, it's
movie?
it's an anim. It's not. Yeah, it's like an animated movie. It goes
Uh-huh.
through John as a 6-year-old up until his first mission.
It's actually good.
It's actually, and it's on YouTube for free. It's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
But it talks about Linda and Fred and like the rest of
Yeah,
Blue Team.
Linda. I really like Linda. She had the sniper rifle, I think.
Yes, and also in what is it, that live action movie at the end? They're only 15, and Fred and Linda take their helmets off, and the girl's like, the guy's like, "How old are you?" And they're like, "It's class 5."
Yeah,
Such a badass fucking scene, dude.
that was the only thing I really liked about Halo 5 is because Locke has a hard on for Master Chief. Like, let's go get him. And Buck is like, are you fucking stupid?
Like the hyper lethal Spartan
Dude.
2, aka
He's like, their
John.
whole squad is Spartan 2s. They can fucking mop the floor with us. And Locke doesn't give a shit. I actually really liked Locke as a character, but they just that game was so poorly executed.
Mhm.
It was. It had such potential of finally
Dude,
like a
dude.
Spartan versus Spartan. But that was the worst part. Is they hyped it up like these two
And
the
then it was
whole
like a
game.
Good.
Whole game.
It was a
these two are gonna
cutscene.
go. Yeah. And it
A
was a
fucking
cutscene where
cutscene.
Master Chief ends up just like headbutting him, knocking him out, and running away.
Yeah,
And
he
that was
jumps through a portal. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And then literally like you finish the game like two like stages later.
Yep.
So because I was like, okay, maybe they'll fight in a little bit. Nope, he just fucks off. I was like, what the hell? Luke Cage. Is that really him?
Yeah, you did.
Holy shit! I didn't realize Luke Cage was Locke. I have the Spartan, or I have the Locke figure. I was like, I need to own that at least.
So I had a third party woe today, guys.
Holy
I
shit!
picked
It
up-
totally is him.
I picked up the Transform Element TE02, which was Bumblebee, and
Yeah.
I love it. But when I got home, I was messing with it, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's missing a headlight." And immediately I go back to the car, look in the car, it's not in the car, and then I go back to the pictures that Buddy from Buddy Stores and Collectibles sent me, and sure enough, it was missing in the photos. And so he's like, we looked, like we not really swept the store, but we're looking, we can't find it. And so I'm like, fuck, like my options are to buy a new one from US at a really high rate because they're quite expensive. Buy one from China, and that would take any number of days to come in. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave work, and I'm going to go and hit up a few hobby stores, see what I can find. One hobby store, didn't have the lens that I wanted, which is fine. So I decided to go to Hobby Lobby, and I'm trying to pull up this picture here, but I spent quite a while in Hobby Lobby, and I ended up finding something really fantastic, and I'm pulling it up right here, but it's like these little clear flat-backed adhesive things, and
Yeah, they're like
normally,
little water droplet things.
yeah, normally when you would buy something like this from a like a hobby store, I mean, you're looking at anywhere from $5 to $10 for one, and I got this whole pack of several for $3. And so this is actually that's not what I wanted to share. This is the this is what it looked like before. So you can see right there he's missing one of the headlights, and it broke my heart because everything else about the figure is fantastic.
So he came like that?
Yeah, because and then I was looking at some reviews on YouTube, and one guy was missing both headlights out of the box, and another reviewer was missing one. I think it's just a common production thing.
QC thing.
Yeah, they either forget to put them on or
That's weird. I didn't know Bumblebee was in the band The Wallflowers with one headlight.
Oh wow, that's
Dun.
so. This is what the headlight looks like installed. And this
I
is
had
not
to make that joke.
the best photo, but I ended up liking the new headlight so much that I actually popped the other one out. And
Oh.
let's see, can I still?
Dude, it's so funny because, as you know, Zach, I had a super busy day today.
Can we talk about it a little
Nah,
bit?
No, I want to save it for new this week.
Oh, come on. The world wants to know.
No, dude, it's going to be fucking way cooler on new this week.
Look at that, dude. These headlights are fantastic. They have a great depth to them. And I could
you
not be
sent
happier.
that picture in the chat, and you were like, "Oh, look, it ended up working." And I was looking at it. I was like, "What? I don't know what he's talking about." So it's really interesting because I couldn't catch up in the chat. You guys were going,
It's a million miles a minute.
Yeah, and yeah, it looks good. I don't know how much I like that. The chestal region kind of looks funny.
Now the thing is with this one and the Zeta toys, they do look a little weird, right?
Mhm.
But the thing is, these actually transform to a beetle.
Right.
So the 301 or the 3A, whatever 30,
Whatever the
it-
fuck it is.
it's a perfectly proportioned figure because it in the movie he mass shifts. Like things get,
Right.
it's not like to do that chest.
It like
in-
physically wouldn't
it just
work.
physically isn't possible, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so I can accept those constellations, but the main reason why I wanted this figure is because it scales almost perfectly with the Jada Toys Charlie.
Oh, cool.
Because the 301 is like way too tall for Charlie. So I'm super happy. I also just wanted something that I can take to work and play with, and he also comes with both the arm blades, which for some reason the 30 didn't have either of the arm blades. And I just love it. Mark says, Dean, I appreciate the hell out of the headlight joke.
Hell yeah,
And
dude.
Eddie says he blew your mind about Luke
He-
Cage. So
He did, dude. I guess it's been a while since I've looked at fucking Spartan Lock, but it makes complete sense now that I went back and looked. I was like, oh yeah, it's totally fucking Luke Cage.
yep. The last thing I wanted to touch on tonight is y'all hit up Ross. Ross has been getting some fucking wild shit lately. As far as like Transformers goes, they have a lot of the old Siege stuff from last year. They
Mhm.
have masterpiece figures that are like $20. They have a great selection of Peppa Pig toys if you're into that. But all jokes aside, they have some really good stuff, and our local Ross's got fucking raided. I went Tuesday and I saw some cool shit, but I was broke until Wednesday. Went back on Wednesday, nothing was there. And it was because a few people locally was like, "Hey, just a heads up, Ross has masterpiece Transformers." Motherfuckers cleared them shelves, dude. I couldn't find.
Dude, I
anything.
wanted the masterpiece Ironhide
I'm
because
so bummed that
he was like my favorite character from the Michael Bay movie, but
Uh-huh.
it looks so fucking ass when it transforms into the truck. No, I probably wouldn't have him in truck mode probably ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna see if I could go check the Ross by my house tomorrow.
hell yeah, dude.
See if I
There
can-
was even in the GI Joe groups people making jokes about finding like GI Joes for like half price. I don't think they're serious because people were like calling bullshit about like the stickers they stuck on there, but people
I
are
saw
saying
that
they're
post and
finding
someone's
them.
like, "This sticker looks sus."
Yeah,
I really
pretty much.
appreciated that. But yeah, we have the CW awards. Dylan, have you had a chance to nominate yet?
No, because essentially I'm going to wait on my pile of loot. I have a lot of stuff coming for that. So one thing I'm really excited to really analyze is the re-edit Master Chief Mark V. And I mean, this is on a whole different level than obviously the $20 one that we were talking about. But this one has like die cast. It's supposed to be a high end version of Master Chief from the first one, and it's like $125
Well,
off
that's
Big Dad.
I will be honest, and I know you're saying you're just getting this, but I do not like the way that figure looks at all.
I don't initially either.
I looked articulated though.
It's Master Chief, so I had to, but I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I pretty much had to grow up on Halo. I grew up in a small town, and there's two things to do: go and party around a bonfire, go driving around in a
because you're in Fargo, right?
It wasn't even Fargo. It was a town of 800 people. So either that or play video games. So my friends and I, my close friends, who I'm still friends with, played Halo nonstop. Like we were in tournaments, all of that stuff. Like we played competitively. We were into it big time.
Dude,
so it was a big part of my life. And so I wanted to get this guy. And the first initial thoughts on him are very good. Very, very good. So I really want to compare him.
I was so excited for this until I saw it in hand.
See, to me, everyone has said it's amazing in hand.
I think it would be cool to see between this one and the the Wicked Cool Toys, which is better.
Right. Well, the Wicked Cool Toys, no matter what, to me at this point, it is between. It's got to be between the Venom from Marvel Legends, this Abomination, or
Which
that
Venom?
Master Chief.
The movie one or the old one?
The old one, the original one. Or either that or Toxin. I really like Toxin. I haven't taken Toxin out of the box is my only issue, but it's essentially the same mold as the Venom, just with some extra things like on his back and stuff. He's red, but that one is up there as well. But I'm really. It's essentially just comes down to right now. There's too many things that I have to get to nominate, because I'm gonna have to nominate a couple different ones. This is my first year, I would say, I finally dove into 112, and goddamn, Zach, you were right on. I think Robo's even mentioned it in some of his, but this really is a golden age for small scale, or just really anything figures in my mind. Like,
I think figures this year have just been
anything. I never would have.
One thing that's been good this year is figures.
I never would have thought we would have got like a Ahsoka, Director Krennic, simple things like that were confirmed in the high end side of things, and then in the lower end for like McFarlane, what they've done with like DC, obviously what they've kept doing with Fortnite, and then you go to Marvel Legends and how they've improved, and they've had different versions of different characters, and how that Deadpool line's coming out pretty solid, and how they have that 2-pack with the old and new Professor X and Magneto, and all the way down to, or even like Black Series, even though Black Series has gone up a little bit in price now this year, but the fact that they've really made them collector centric, and
Zach,
they've just minimized so many gaps.
Check private chat and pull up that image,
please.
Thank
you, my son. We will get to this link in 1 second. Let me just go to that timestamp. But I wanted to talk about the Studio Series. Actually, no, we'll talk about this because it's actually relevant to what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. We'll switch over to here. I'm going to keep audio off. Or does the audio need to be on?
It's just, you just pause it at 6:52.
Okay.
That image doesn't stay on screen very long.
Okay.
I mean, proportions wise,
I like the right better.
The 1,000 Toys is ass. It looks like a soccer mom with like an itty bitty.
What's with you and soccer moms? You called my Miles Morales a soccer mom
because they have thick ass bases, dude.
Okay, in their defense, they did way more of a classic armor though. Like I wouldn't want anything more detailed from a classic Halo 1 armor Mark 5.
Honestly, I would take the Halo 1 Joyride Studios over this.
Wow, that
figure looks so bad.
We'll see. I'll get him in hand, and we'll see kind of what I think of it. To me, right, the biggest thing, and obviously there's a lot from that video that you sent where it's comparing Jazzwares and the Re-Edit Master Chief.
Yeah.
The biggest thing to me that stands out is the color. Hopefully that's just the picture.
Yeah, that
but
green looks awful.
oh, it's like a brown for the Re-Edit one. So
Wow.
that I gotta really see what's going on there.
That picture does not.
Jason Nelson says 2020 is insane for 12 scale. It's the best year ever. I wanted to touch on this real quick before we hop off. Studio Series 86, they have gone out for pre-order. Interesting to note, they aren't coming out till I think like Q2.
Hey,
Yeah,
fucking
Q2
Garfield.
2021. But I'm really excited. I'm gonna get this one on pre-order. I'm gonna order it here in a bit.
That exact one, the hot rod.
Dude, Mark
it
is
looks
right.
Fantastic.
Mark said McFarlane and NECA have both improved. The only reason I'm improved with NECA is because they're branching out into new lines like Back to the Future or Jaws. Of course, I think the Jaws took a hit, but like there's making new lines. So
for me, NECA will always. So when we talk about new company, when we talk about that in awards, to me, it's not always the best products produced; it's the best company, right? So like my argument last year was the way NECA really tries to listen and answer and talk to people, like with Randy on Twitter and everything like that, and how they really try and change things up to accommodate their collectors.
Yeah,
says to me they've been like the best company for probably 5 years now.
Also
in that
a
way.
NECA fanboy, so
I'm not a fanboy anymore.
Yeah,
I've gone away from them, but
Wow.
I collect certain lines from them, which are the Alien Predator, which now it used to be their main lines, and now, like you said, Dean, they've branched out to others, and that's probably where they, I would say, have caught a lot more people's eyes in different sides of things rather than just horror, I guess.
Yeah.
But I really like that. Like, to me, I think like in our awards, Hot Toys always wins best company of the year, and that drives me bonkers. Like, fucking why? They don't talk to anyone. They have no marketing. Like, it drives everyone nuts, their release schedule. Like, they do nothing for people except release the figures.
I've never voted for Hot Toys and best company of the year. I think both times I did like Bandai, because they also like their model kits alone is like, dude, the engineering that goes into this, the amount they're putting out, constantly coming out with new kits. I agree. I don't know why people think it's like, oh, Hot Toys is the best company. Like, why? Do they make arguably a better product? Yeah, sure. But what makes, that's why I think McFarlane should win, because not only are they most improved, but like you said, like they're actively listening to people. Like, oh, they wanted more articulation. Here's all the fucking articulation you could.
And they've improved. So like from when they came out with the first wave of the DC figures, I think Robo from Foosh even mentioned this in one of his reviews. The amount of improvement from like the wave of the Devastator, from like the wave one of just the Superman and Batman that he reviewed, he said is crazy, and that's obviously
leaps and bounds.
Yeah, that obviously gets better by listening to your fans.
Dude, if McFarlane doesn't come away with any award this year, I'm gonna be fucking shocked.
Agreed. Yeah, they've killed it. What are you laughing at, Zach?
Yeah, look at this guy. I got a shit-eating grin. You're mute.
You're on mute. Mark Pearson said NECA figures are brittle and the turtles have always been impossible to get. That's always been my hang up. So NECA figures, dude, I would say have gotten better with the brittle part.
Actually, Optical 20 is in the chat. Optical, my boy, my main man. We need to go on your show next week when you do your live stream, and we need to plug the CW awards. I'm going to Facebook message it to you right now. But we need to plug the CW awards. We need to get that marketing going. We got to get these Baba boys to vote.
Yes.
This is honestly, look, I don't think that this is any exaggeration, but I think that this is more important than the 2020 presidential election.
It may be.
I'm just gonna say it.
Zach, I can't wait for Tuesday, man.
Jason Nelson said you have to admit though, the NECA movie Turtles are probably the best figures ever. I can't attest to that because I've never owned them, never been Turtles fans, but from how much they're sought after, I can't deny you on that. Ignorance is bliss.
I think I've talked about this on the show. One of the first things I've ever collected was Ninja Turtles. I have crates and crates and crates of Ninja Turtle figures. I love the Ninja Turtles. I still can't get my hands on the NECA one, so I don't even bother buying them.
Yeah, and that's a consistent problem.
Because
Now,
Manny bought one, or I think he might have two, but it's like, but what about the other two? Like, I couldn't stand just having like one Raphael on the shelf. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It would
and
drive me up the fucking wall.
now it's a bit like we're noticing it that it's not even a NECA problem, right? A big thing that we're noticing, obviously, with the GI Joes. So, like this guy right here, I had a conversation with. You guys can't judge me. I overpaid the hell out of this figure, but this is the Cobra Trooper from GI Joe.
Dude, okay, real quick.
In my figure of the year, but my God, I had to pay $60 for it, a $20 figure, and that was a steal right now.
Yeah. Okay, let me just put it to you this way. There are some instances where you're overpaying.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something you fucking can't live without, I say there's really no limit to what you should spend. Like my VF1 Shigoken, I love Robotech, man. I mean, you saw all the shit I bought in the span of what, a few months, because like it rekindled the love I have for that show. I spent a lot of money on that fucking thing. I mean, they retail for $180. I spent $4 or something. Now I was late to the party. They haven't made that figure in a few years, but it's like if I had to pay $600, I would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no,
if
certainly.
If it's literally something you can't live without, like I fucking need this thing. I don't think there's a such thing as overpaying.
So for me, I think the reason why for me it's such an issue is the percentage. Like I always quote, like coming from a business background, I always look at like the percentage of the difference. And with Hot Toys, when they go up in price, we complain when they go up $100, which is nothing to Hot Toys percentage wise. But when we talk about cheaper figures, like $20, these $20 GI Joes, or even Mezco figures that retail for $80. When we talk about them going up, they're going up like over 50, well over 50%. So
yeah,
that's where it bothers me.
I guess I've never looked at it like that before.
I agree to the point
because if a Hot Toys is $300 at retail and it goes up to $400, that's what, a 30% increase.
Yeah,
but
right.
If you're spending $60 on a $20 figure, that's what's that percentage? 75% maybe.
Yeah, that's
or 50%.
Well, yeah, that's over 50% if you spend $60 on a $20 figure. So yeah, and that's where I have problems with it. But at the same time, to me, I would say that sort of thing has drug me through the smaller scale lines a lot more this year than past. Is number one, the type of year that small scales have had, and number two, the fact of it seems like the collectability of these, to where no matter what anyone says, to where like they say they don't collect based off of value or by want or need or anything, that will always help you wanting to come back for more, right?
Yeah.
And that I feel like has just skyrocketed this year, and it's definitely a fallout of Toys R Us, and one of the negative things, and I think Damien and I may have talked about it, if not we did privately, to where that was going, we saw this coming as a downside, to where Target cannot handle their exclusives at all. Yeah. They sell out in less than a minute every time for their exclusives. It's disgusting. If you go to any of their exclusive figures, they got 1 star, and you look at the reviews, and they all are people saying, this literally sold out in 10 seconds. How are you guys doing this? You're Target.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
Speaking of selling out in 10 seconds, please let me know about those clone figures.
Oh, man. I got them.
Oh, did you really already?
Oh, okay, I haven't taken them out because even the packaging is pretty. Hold on.
Damn it. I want it so bad.
Okay.
Can we, Dean, while he's getting that, can we hint at Tuesdays?
No.
Wow, okay. I respect that.
It's going to be an epic reveal, man, for the main show. Damn.
Look at
God
that
damn.
shininess. Okay.
Cute.
And up close, these guys look amazing. Like how oh my god. I cannot believe that these are 3 3/4 compared. So I know Damien and I have definitely shit on this scale compared to 6-inch before.
Oh, dude, I love 3 3/4 in Star
They
Wars
do
figures.
such a good job. They each come with I forget the names of the guns, but like this long gun,
Yeah,
long blaster, just one of the short ones, and then they each come with
Two
the
pistols.
like the 2
the
pistols.
DL-44s, I think.
So they come just loaded. And look at how
Wow.
shiny that is. God, this is pretty.
Dude, just send it to me.
I don't know. I didn't know if I was gonna hold on to it or not, but
for Christmas.
this is another one.
Oh, is that the Cad Bane?
Yep.
Nice, dude.
So this one's pretty cool actually too. And I don't even know how to take these out. So it must be like a rubber band, because watch how it like goes back in.
It's just a
Oh.
pressure.
No, Zach, come on, quit that. I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is.
Anyway, Zach,
Yo.
on Tuesday. Oh, what's that? That's like a
This is right now one of my front
Ooh.
runners for 6
Yeah.
scale of the year. This is the
12
the
scale.
Supreme Commander G.I. Joe Cobra.
Yeah.
And he's got like the soft good cape, and he's got like the gold sword, gun, globe, 2 extra hands, and his Cobra like staff thing. But it's this part that is awesome. You can't see it on the camera, but it's super detailed. It's really good. I was impressed with this guy up close. Have not taken him out yet because I feel bad about, like, look at this package, the way they do this. It's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a folding system, and then they have the sleeve on the overhead. So this one was the one that I got in the Pulse premium member sale that they did before regular sale. So that's why I got him early and all these other figures. But the normal release one, I got an extra one of them. So that one I'm probably gonna open for sure.
Jason, you did not tag me. If you did, I didn't see it, but I just went and looked at my notifications. I didn't see it. But Zach, on Tuesday, when I come drop off your figure,
I have to wait till Tuesday.
and we'll record for the show.
I have to come on Tuesday. I have to wait till Tuesday.
I'm coming to you. That's the teaser I'm gonna make.
Oh my gosh.
And you could check out my new this week.
Actually, that reminds me. I wonder if your thing is shipped yet. The Goku.
Any way you could check. I got a weird text today that was like, your package shipped from FedEx, and it gave me a link, but I didn't click it because I was like, I don't fucking order anything.
I don't think that would be.
I was like, that sounds like a scam. Like I click it and they hack into my phone.
No, that's a real thing. That's how I track all my
But I haven't ordered anything on FedEx.
No, I didn't either, but Amanda's brother-in-law got us something one time, and it was actually really useful because it was from the same number that always tells me that I'm getting packages, because Mezco always goes through FedEx. So I knew it was legit. And when if you click on that link, it'll almost always bring. Is it like a 46339 number?
I don't have
or something?
my phone on me. I left it charging. I'll have to get back to you, but I didn't recognize it. I was like, I haven't ordered anything off eBay, Mercari. I haven't ordered anything. So I was like, oh, maybe Zach gave the guy my information, and it like.
I don't think yours is shipped yet.
Yeah, I told Cody about my new this week because I was supposed to buy John Wick.
So it's going to be pretty intense this week, or what?
I actually, we have the business cards shipped today, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, but why would I get a notification?
No. That's not what I'm just mentioning.
That's what we're talking about. So when you just start fucking flapping your mouth,
don't ever fucking. Oh, they're gonna be here on Tuesday. Dean, you'll be there for that. I'll give you a stack of them.
I also need the Ox sticker, the Creepstar sticker.
We don't have any Creepstar stickers left, but we do have Ox magnets.
My mom has all our magnets on the fridge. It's cute.
Yes, Dylan.
When you send my package, please include like at least like a new this week or something like that.
I don't know if I have a new this week.
Okay.
I only have one left.
Just include what you can, because I'm down.
I literally only have. I don't even have a holographic one, Dean. That's how selfless I am. I gave my last holo sticker to a listener.
Wow.
But
Cody.
Dylan, I will do you one better, Dylan. And when I send the package to you, I'm gonna send it next month, first of next month. Once we get our Patreon money in, because I'm poor, I'm going to send you a base sticker as well. So you have a new this week base sticker.
If it's gonna be next month, just hold on to it because I think it will actually be coming for the awards this year.
I don't want.
I will send it because I don't want you to wait till December. But that news is fantastic.
Okay.
Wait, time out. We can't. What?
I got one for each of you.
Whoa!
I was like, I have 3. Yeah, so I'll give you.
Dude, fuck yeah!
I'll give you both of these, Zach, on Tuesday. And
Also, Dean, I lied about the Creepstar sticker. I do have some. I just wanted to see.
Okay.
Real quick. Speaking of the awards, I think I talked to Zach about it, but I need to spec out the location, of his condo to see if it can be done there. Because
dude, if it can't be done there, I'll be fucking shocked.
Well, which Zach? Rainer?
Dean,
Okay.
the space is like the first part of that equation, right?
Okay.
It's also because remember we went to Jesse's house, there's a lot of space, but it was a lot of echo. And we can't have echo because that would fucking kill me.
Bring a bunch of.
It actually might kill people, Zach, or kill Zach, everyone.
But yeah, you guys don't have any idea.
Oh no!
The audio
Cody has beef with you.
Cody, I have beef with you. All facts, no printer, my friend. Cody, tell me what the beef is. Let's smash this.
What that beef is, boy?
I've been low key dying at the do your homework, man. God,
dude, it's so fucking funny. And dude, Zach used it against me the other day. He was like, "Hey, you know what you should do?" I was like, "Don't you fucking do it!" And then he
do your homework.
Douche. Why'd you put auction up there in this corner?
Oh, because I was showing. Dylan was asking me what logos I design.
Oh.
Real quick, I want to. While I have you here, I'm gonna just take a few minutes. Let's keep the bit going. I want to add one more button to this little thing we have. But I wanted to talk about this, Dean. So Ahmed Best shared the head sculpt that Victoria and I painted for him that was on Watto's scrapyard. So Watto's got that exposure. I think the sponsorship is going great because you got that Ahmed Best exposure. And also shout out to Ahmed Best. Shout out to Ahmed Best for being cool about it too. Oh man,
because you gotta think, like, even like PewDiePie when we did the head sculpt, like
he was real fucking cool about it.
That's so flattering. Like, oh, I'm so fucking cool that somebody wanted to make a figure of me. Yeah. And I believe Sean could tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe when we agreed to make this PewDiePie sculpt, he deleted it after I got it.
That's weird. Why wouldn't he just save it in case you needed more?
I think it was like let me rephrase it. I think if I needed it, I could get another one. But like he didn't solicit it to anyone else. It's like literally only for me.
All right, Dean, you ready for this? You ready for this clip? All right, so let's make a situation. And Dean, I want you to role play this with me. Dylan, I want you to pay attention, please.
Yep.
Dean, I just bought a legal recast head sculpt on eBay.
Yay.
That's your role play? I'm sorry.
A legal one?
Okay, Dean is out. Dylan, you're role playing with me now.
I don't get it.
Yes.
Because that one guy was like going all butthurt about it.
What, illegal?
Oh my god, you're getting hung up on it.
You said legal recast.
No, illegally recast.
He just said it really quick, Dean.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck are you
talking about? The figure police, my guy.
I didn't get it. Like,
oh my god, Jesus Christ. I apologize for everyone's life. That bit was just the worst thing that has ever happened.
That's right.
Show.
Figure police, you definitely got to hold on.
All right, Dean, so let's try that one more time. Try that one more time. Oh, I just pre-ordered the Present Toys Indiana Jones, Dean.
You stupid fucking piece of shit. I'm calling the cops.
Now that was the fucking response that I wanted.
Okay, because I heard it so wrong. I was like, I don't know what he's talking. Okay.
Oh my god. Cody says I couldn't get an endorsement for the Ox file. That's because you were coming at me with so much attitude, Cody.
Didn't you comment on there with some attitude first?
That's what I do. Well, okay,
Oh.
so first he posted
He
it, right?
does do that. Yeah.
He posted it.
Do be like that.
Okay, time out. He posted it and he's like, are my prices good? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Are they? Like, what does that even mean? And I was like, I don't see a post. And he's like, I'll tag you. And then he tagged me. And I was like, dude, I still don't see your post. I just looked up and down the page for like 10 minutes. I just maybe posted it in the wrong group. I don't know. Like 20 hours later, it finally posted, right? And here's the attitude, Dean. Now, in his post, there was the word gun, there was the word saber, there was
that
sword,
one.
and I was like, dude, you fucking buffoon. Why did you, if it didn't post the first 4 times, why, like, you didn't censor anything? You have all these words, these keywords that will get the group banned in a setup.
That's what you guys are talking
and that's
about.
why I was giving him attitude. I admittedly, if it posted, that means Facebook doesn't care about it. But those were like a lot of words that could trigger another strike on the group, and that's why I was giving him attitude. So I am clearing the air. I love you, Cody, but at the same time, I think it's irresponsible as a moderator of the group to post that.
He had great prices, though.
The prices were fantastic. So Oxfather endorsed right there, my friend.
I was thinking about actually messaging him about the Diabolique, because that one's been known as a really good customized figure for Mezco. I never did, but he had a great price on that thing. So
I'm actually really excited. I feel like we glossed over this, but Dylan, the fact that you may come for the awards is fantastic.
Oh, he really?
You missed that because we were fucking around.
Wow.
He said he was going to come for the awards, perhaps.
Who's fucking around?
We gotta come. We gotta come with a solid date. So we'll.
Are we
we'll
gonna have a date?
that
There's already a date. What are you talking about? I already have a date for the awards.
You do? What is it?
Yes. Do you not? Does no one listen to the show, the main show?
I do, but I said I didn't finish it. If you covered it at the end.
God damn it, Dylan! Can I just say this one thing? I don't know when it is either. Dude, that was so funny when we were talking about the movie, and I was like, I am.
Oh man! The award show is Tuesday, December 15th.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Fuck, that was funny.
With that movie thing, Dean, my favorite was that you waited for Zach to get through the entire thing.
yeah, because I was
He,
really up until the moment. So he switched the slide, and right then and there, I was like, "Oh fuck!" I didn't watch this movie because I had planned to watch it all day, but I had fallen asleep, and it just like slipped my mind. Like, okay, let's start the show. And so he starts talking about the movie, and I started. You could see me pick up my phone, and I'm trying to like look shit up about the movie, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna fake this." And like right when it got to my part, at the last minute, I was like, "It'd be way fucking funnier if I admitted it."
That was the best part. Is Zach like puts in his segment? He's all.
Well, then Dean's like, "Wow, you watched it twice!" Like he's like calling me out for like almost watching it twice.
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, "Oh wow, you took it seriously." Like sometimes you focus on a movie, and then Zach was like, "Yeah, you know how like you'll notice something the second time." Because I do that all the time, and I'll text Zach like, "Hey, did you ever notice this?" So he brings it up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah," and so he thinks I'm engaging in a conversation. Like, "Oh yeah, I watched."
Dude, it went hard 180.
Dude,
it got to Dean's turn. He's just like, "So, I never watched them."
Yeah, and I started laughing so hard that I didn't see him quit the show. And like, by the time I could open my eyes, he's gone, and it's even funnier.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that bit was golden, dude.
Will always kill me.
Yeah, that was remarkable. I will say the movie for this week is awful. I watched it today. Awful. Dude.
Is it that killer? It's the
Killer Clown from Outer Space.
Where do I watch it?
So much freakier than I would have expected it to be when I watched it. I watched it years ago.
I didn't like it at all. In fact,
oh yes, okay. Manny did post about that movie.
Anyways, I think we had a great recording today. I think we're trying to get some listeners dropping off, but
this almost felt like After Dark 2.0.
Yeah, I think we had a good show. I think Dylan will work through some editing stuff, and we'll figure it out this week. We'll figure it out going forward. But I think at least in the interim, I think Dylan, obviously you're going to continue small talk, and Dean and I have offered to step in if you would like. We'll sort that out, and we'll come back in 2 weeks, and we'll have a plan for small talk going forward. But yeah, I'm Zach.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Dean.
Catch you on the next episode of Small Talk.
Bye.